Let's start by talking about opening day. This is my 23rd time, and I'd say they're all different. There's a lot of unknown that you're getting ready for. You can't necessarily prepare for everything that you're certainly going to see relative to how they're going to utilize their personnel or the exact schemes you're going to see, but our guys are hard at work at preparing for the players that we know we're going to see, and some of the things that we're pretty sure we're going to get. So, there's that little bit of feeling in your stomach like you're going to have to find out how it goes early in the game on Sunday, and there almost always is adjustments that happen during the course of this day so that you can adapt to how the game is being played. But Sean does a great job. I've coached against him a number of times. His teams are always well prepared. We know there's going to be some changes based on what we saw last year from this team. There's obviously changes in the personnel, but there's going to be changes schematically, coaches obviously. Big challenge, always playing up there. Obviously a big rivalry game for us. So our guys are excited to get out there on the practice field here and start working on them.
Josh, obviously there was a situation with Chanler Jones yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Has there been any resolution to that, or is he still with the team? Or
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that's kind of a personal situation, and we've never really gone into those kind of things. So I'm going to steer away from that. It's a private matter, and if there's something to report on it, then we'll do that. But as of right now, no.
as of right now, okay.
There's nothing to talk about. No, I don't. Right now we're going day to day. He's not going to be here today, so we'll kind of take it one day at a time.
Are you concerned about the effect on the locker room? He was one of the leaders on the team last year.
Look, the team's getting ready to play a game. We deal with different things throughout the course of the year, whether it's injuries or other adversities. So, I think the guys are focused on trying to control the things that they can control and get ready to play the best game we can play on Sunday.
Josh, pretty much any coaching staff is going to have instances where players may be upset for whatever reason. How have you guys learned to handle those instances and maybe try to work to avoid the coaching staff?
Are you referring to this as a?
Not just through the challenge of players in general when you have maybe these sorts of.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of things that go on every week. Every week in a football organization, you just try to do the best you can to get your team ready to play, and we all have different roles to play, and there's decisions that are made, and you try to do the best thing for the team. That's it. I don't know anything else that would be better than that. Try to make the right decisions in every way, shape, or form you can to help your team be successful. So that's what we've tried to do since we've been here, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
did it warrant some sort of a talk with the team to kind of
Yeah, I'm not going to get into this. You know what I mean? So it's a personal situation. It's a private matter. Want to talk about the game on Sunday? I'll be excited to talk about the game.
It affects the game, though, Joe. One of your captains and your leaders.
Yeah, he's not a captain. So it is what it is. Like I said, we're dealing with it internally. We've dealt with it, but we're not gonna get into this.
the unknowns of a season opener. That's going to be the case typically from year to year. But in this case, with the new coaching staff, what do you go back to look at? Do you go all the way back to New Orleans to see what was going on there? Is it worth doing that? Or
there's a lot that you can. That's one of the things about this day that's this is so different, because you could utilize a lot of tape to prepare, and there's probably a point where you're overdoing it, going back so far that now you're chasing ghosts, and at some point you got to cut that off. But yeah, look, Sean's had a long history in this league of success everywhere he's been, and obviously in New Orleans. So he's a great coach. His teams are always well prepared. They play physical and tough. They're disciplined. They've taken care of the ball. They don't beat themselves. They're really good in situational football. So, that's what I'm expecting. So I think the biggest thing for us, regardless of how far back we've gone, is what are we going to do, and how comfortable are we with what we're going to do in each phase of the game. And so our focus will remain there, this week. And like I said, you go in with a certain plan and an idea of what you want to do to try to play the game. And usually there's some version of an adjustment that you're going to make based on how it's going and what you're seeing on the other side.
Kind of on the back end of that, based off of what you've seen from Sean Payton as a coach, what are some things, when you're game planning against Russell Wilson, what do you think are some adjustments you think you would have to make going up against him in this kind of offense?
Well, we'll see about the adjustment part based on how they're going and what they're doing. But Sean's utilizes his personnel extremely well. Moves his players around, uses a lot of different personnel groupings, challenges you with formations, motions, tempo. They snap the ball pretty quickly offensively. You got to be set and ready to go, know what your assignments are. And like I said, generally speaking, his teams execute very well. And so that's what I'm anticipating. I know how good Russell Wilson is. He's had an incredible career. And I'm expecting the absolute, best version of every one of their guys on their team. So it'll be a big challenge, and like I said, we're excited to get ready for it.
Where's I guess Tyree in his development, and if Chandler's situation dictates, I guess him taking on a much more expanded role, is that something he's ready for and you guys are comfortable with?
We're working, obviously every day is a good day for Tyree. He's kind of worked through this whole spring and summer, on schedule with what we've been asking him to do. This week will be another week we'll push forward. So I think he's done a tremendous job of trying to follow the plan. He'll be ready to go. Is it going to be? Nobody's going to play 70 plays on Sunday. So that would be unrealistic for us to go into the first game of the season and think that we don't need to use the active list to try to make sure that we're okay in the second half in terms of our conditioning. So we've prepared hard, we've conditioned hard, but none of us have played a game for 60 minutes. So, he'll be out there, and like I said, we'll have a plan for that. How much that will end up being, we'll see.
You've had a lot of newcomers step up in preseason. What do you see as on defense? What do you see as the carryover to the regular season for those guys?
We've the entire training camp. We've had competition at every spot. I feel like we have some depth, on defense where we're gonna be able to play multiple people in there. They've really acclimated well to one another. Look, defense is all about knowing what to do, being connected with all 11 players, playing physical, running to the football, trying to get the guy on the ground. So. And take the ball away if you can. So we, I think we have a plan that we're working on that we feel comfortable with. Our guys, I know, feel good about what we're going to try to do here. And like I said, there's probably going to be some adjustments we're going to need to make.
No matter who played, did you like schematically what you saw defensively in the preseason? Did you like what you saw? Yeah,
again, it was fairly simple, like most teams are in the preseason. We just wanted to kind of see our guys out there competing and playing fundamentally. But I thought we made some progress. There's certainly some areas where we made some progress. Certainly some areas where we identified that we need to shore up and improve too. So, this will be an exciting opportunity for us to go out there and kind of, see where we're at right now. It's week 1. It's not week 13. So, there's going to be some things we're going to learn about our team that we're going to need to address and improve upon. That happens every year. So, just hopefully we're ready to go on Sunday. That's the goal. And we'll play hard and play fast and be aggressive. And like I said, if there's something we need to change, we'll try to change it.
Picture beyond just wins or losses, how do you measure success throughout the course of the season? And are there any goals or benchmarks beyond obviously winning as many games as possible that you have for this particular group this year?
We're going to prepare as hard as we can every week to win. That's it, and we're not looking at, the overall season in totality. We're going to prepare to win each game, and that's unreasonable to think that anybody's going to do that, but that's going to be our goal one week at a time. Prepare as hard as we can for the opponent to give ourselves the best chance to perform well. And I think our team understands that goal. We're hard at work at it. I think our guys are preparing the right way for this week, and we'll see how we do.
You know, it's only been a week and some change. What are some differences that you've noticed with Josh Jacobs being back in the locker room? How has it been, responded to so far by his teammates?
Incredible. You know, the response has been great. Voted him a captain. He's in condition, working hard to, acclimate to some of the things that maybe have changed since he was here last. But fits in great with his teammates, does a great job of practicing the right way, brings a great mentality to everything that he does, from the meetings to the walkthroughs to the field. So I've said this 1,000 times, he's a great player, he's a great person, he's a really, really good leader, and he cares deeply about the game of football, and works extremely hard at being the best version of himself that he can be. So I'm very excited that he's back.
You obviously know Jimmy pretty well. I think there's a chip on his shoulder because the way things ended in the 49ers, or that wasn't the way he's kind of wired?
I don't really, I haven't really got into that conversation with him at all. I think Jimmy's a competitive person by nature, wants to do his best, prepare hard, work as hard as he possibly can to be the best version of himself that he can be for our team. I don't really know how much he hangs on to things that have happened in the past and all the rest of it. I think he had a really successful tenure there in San Francisco. I know he has a great deal of respect for them and what he's learned, and I think he's excited to lead our football team.
Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, Josh, you mentioned Chandler's not a captain, but I think you just said that Josh was. Who are the other captains?
Yeah, on offense, Jimmy, Colton, JJ, and Devontae. Defensively, Max, Robert Spillane, and Marcus Epps. And in the kicking game, both of our kickers, AJ Cole and Daniel Carlson. So it's a really good group. I mean, the team obviously selects those guys, but it's a high honor when your teammates select you to represent them in a number of ways. And although those guys are very deserving of the honor, and I'm excited for them to lead our team, on Sunday and beyond.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Good to go? Okay, thank you.